Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Senator Abaribe claims National Assembly was never approached for approval of new presidential jet. To my dear listeners, I know you're in haste to listen to this news, but before I go into details, good evening and please ensure you like, subscribe and share. Now the details. Senator Abaribe, representing Abia South, has stated that the National Assembly was not approached for approval before the purchase of a new presidential jet for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In August, the presidency unveiled a refurbished Airbus A330, sparking widespread criticisms. Many Nigerians accused the president of prioritizing luxury amid the country's economic hardship. Presidential spokesperson Bayo Ononuga clarified that the jet was not newly purchased but a refurbished aircraft. Despite this, critics also blamed the National Assembly for allegedly approving the deal without due diligence. Speaking on Channels Television's Politics Today in a footage obtained by Akilicious, Senator Abaribe dismissed the claims, asserting that no such request was ever presented to the National Assembly. He said, "I am in the National Assembly, but I can tell you for a fact that nobody, quote me, nobody brought anything to the National Assembly to say, please approve this for purchase of a new plane. It was done without any knowledge. Nobody brought anything. I never saw any document, and I have always been in the National Assembly. Ask anyone, none." He said that the failure of the presidency to approach the National Assembly with a request meant that part of the job of the legislator to be a check on the executive was not being efficiently carried out. The lawmaker said he was worried that the public perceives the National Assembly members as rubber-stamped, noting that it was like that because the lawmakers feel that they have fought a lot without much, yet it has not yielded much to the public and tried to have some cooperation with the executive. So my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, in contribution to the news that I've read, this is to remind us that out of 3 or 4 planes that were seized then by the China country, only one was released to us, and yet the other two, there was no issue on it again. Is that how that is gone, or was the 2 plane traded for something else? Let's move on to the comment section. Let's see what people have to say. The first comment I have here says, "So since the legislative cannot restrain the executive from doing what is unconstitutional, they should be scrapped and their financial benefits shared to public hospitals." Exactly. Another comment says, "So the National Assembly is simply irrelevant. Even when they told NNPC to reduce fuel price, NNPC ignored them." Another comment says, "But whether not, there is nothing you can do about it. This is Niger for you, where impunity is adored and healed, and that is where the problem lies. When we keep, and this has been the song that we have been singing for a very long period of time, that there is nothing we can do, there is nothing you can do because this is Niger. Let's all stand up. There are things we can do, many things. We can do many things. And just that, because they know that we all knew that there's nothing we can do. That is why they are overriding us. That is where the problem lies. We should all stand up. There is something we can do. And that has been the mentality of our forefathers to this extent, and that is why we are suffering. There are many things we can do. Only few people that have the mindset of which I have are not just much. And again, even few of those fewer people that have the kind of mindset are afraid. They are afraid of forceful detention. They are afraid of freedom after speech, because nobody knows what comes after you speak out. There's another comment that says, this man has been in the Senate for too long to make this kind of claim. Does it mean there are no better person that can represent his constituency? I don't know if that is your problem. Even if you don't want him to speak the truth, he's actually saying something cool, and yet you're saying. Another comment which I have here says, if the National Assembly was not approached by the president to buy a jet, then who approved it? It goes to show that the National Assembly is redundant. The Assembly has lost its oversight functions to the extent that the president can whimsically move to the treasury and remove any amount of money he likes without any qualms. Nigeria is finished. Here is another comment section that says, is it Senate you have there or a social and settlement club?